Hello, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nintendo Central. We're kicking things off with our first video of Star Fox Zero, the newest release for the Wii U. I've actually played through a little bit of the game already, as you'll see in the file, but we're going to backtrack, go back to level 1. I wanted to play through some of this before Let's Playing, so I did not seem so incompetent. And I'm actually really glad that I played some of this before playing with you guys. For a couple of reasons. It helped me get used to it, and my opinion of the game has actually changed since I've played this a little more. When I first started playing this game, I was not a fan. I really didn't care for it, and it's because of the controls. The controls of this game take a while to get used to. If you think you're gonna sit down with your controller and just use the control sticks for everything, you're gonna be a little disappointed, unfortunately. Because that's not how the gameplay works. A lot of the gameplay has to do with the gamepad, and the way the gamepad works is you're actually, think of the gamepad as Star Fox's head, and as you turn the gamepad, you're actually changing the direction you're looking in. So, and that takes a lot of getting used to. Well, when I first played through the first level, I was not doing very well, and I was really struggling with it. But thankfully, going back and doing it again a few times, I found it got easier, and I've started enjoying myself. So I'm really glad that I can say, just play through it a few times and you'll get used to it. Because at first I was not used to it, and it drove me crazy. But now that I'm used to it, I love it, and I'm having a fun time with it. So as you can see here, one of the biggest things that I was very curious about playing this game. A lot of people compare it to Star Fox 64, obviously. The game is supposed to be a bit of a reimagining of Star Fox 64, and it definitely is in a lot of ways. You can just look at this level and tell it's more or less Star Fox 64 HD. Not that there's anything really wrong with that. I love Star Fox 64, but I was looking forward to some new stuff. Thankfully, past level 1, there's definitely a lot of new stuff. So don't think you're paying money for just a remake. It's much more than that. There's much more going on here. With the new vehicles, the new bosses, definitely new maps. Lots of new maps. The new gameplay styles. But the biggest thing I've read with reviews, especially negative reviews, is the controls. Oh, the controls are bad. The controls are awful. The controls are not awful at all. They're different. They're definitely different. But once you get used to it, you'll be on your way, and you'll be good to go. So, we're flying through this level here really quickly. And again, I've played through this a couple times already, so... Oh, I just saw a little secret pathway there I hadn't noticed before. Yeah, and every time I've played this so far, I keep taking the same route. I haven't done too much experimenting. One thing that seems to have made the game a little easier, I've noticed, it seems like in the original Star Fox 64, if I were to just fly into the ground here, that would hurt me. I would take damage from that, and that's not happening here. It seems to be a little more forgiving in terms of what you can run into and stuff like that, which is okay. I don't mind. A little easier, but the game is still pretty difficult on a few maps. There's a few parts I definitely struggle with. I'm still getting used to the walker mode. That's pretty much the newest mode for the R-Wing. The R-Wing becomes this little, I call it a chicken, because that's what I think it looks like, the little walker. So every time Falco says, let's go this way, and then he's like, no, never mind, we'll go this way. And I've done this level probably 4 times now, so I don't know how to trigger something different there, or even if I can. If I can, I would love to go back and figure that out. But we're almost done with the first level. We're actually flying right through it. There's only 2 more parts. And this right here is the biggest part that you have to get used to. Because you're going to have to shoot at these enemies that are down below. And they can only be hurt. Oh, first you have to take out 10 of these guys here in the air. But afterwards, there's these crawlers that are going to be on the ground. And they're only vulnerable from above. So you have to pretty much aim directly downward, and the only way you can look downward is with the gamepad. You have to sort of tilt the gamepad downward. And something else you're probably seeing that I'm doing, if you look at the reticle there, how it's sort of blinking like that every now and then, that's actually me recalibrating. You'll have to recalibrate every now and then to get it centered, so you're not just so your gamepad's not straight, but your aim is like way off to the left. That'll happen every now and then. You just press a button and it'll recalibrate. And the other thing, when the camera's stuck like this, you think it's a little hard to fly, but you can actually look down here and you'll have the cockpit view. I don't know if you guys can really see that well, but that's one way to do it as well. So this is the part I was telling you about. These guys are on the ground. You can only hurt them by shooting that red spot on their heads. And to do that, you have to look at the gamepad and look down. There we go. I think there's a few more over here, actually. Maybe. Yep, there's another one over here. You look down with the gamepad. Perfect. And you shoot them. And then there's some more here. And it's very interesting how you can look at the TV and think you're aiming in one spot, but then you look at the gamepad and you see you're actually aiming in an entirely different spot. So what's happening, these guys are actually trying to aim for General Pepper, who's kind of hiding away at the top of that tower. And all you gotta do is blast away at these guys at the top of their heads. I wish I could show you the gamepad screen. Unfortunately, I have no way of doing that. Which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. We'll survive. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of braking and holding back on the control stick and braking, and while I'm doing that, I'm shooting these guys. There's probably another one somewhere that I've missed. Let's see, where's it? Oh, there it is. Yep, that was it. Alright, so that's all of them. And then we enter phase 3, which is the final phase for this level. We're like, yeah, we're safe. Not really. He comes down from above. And again, this is very different from Star Fox 64. So just in the first level alone, it's much more than a simple HD remake. There's a lot of new stuff going on here. So the first thing you have to do is you have to take out these guys on top, just like that. Easy enough. And then you'll see that little section there gets destroyed. And then I'm going to use the cockpit view here to sort of line myself up. I forget. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I was afraid of that. So that's the U-turn button there. I went too far. Went way too far. There's a button to do a U-turn, and there's a button to turn into the walker. And unfortunately, I keep pressing the U-turn button. Let's go back in here again. Let's try this again. And I'm going to press the button to turn into the walker. There we go. Alright, so this is the newest vehicle to Star Fox Zero. And you'll use this on multiple occasions. I already have. I've only played through about 3 levels, and I've already used them on multiple occasions. And you can use them by choice too a lot of times. If you don't want to use the R-Wing in certain areas, which you definitely don't want to use it in every area. There's a lot of enclosed spaces similar to this, and the R-Wing would just make that more difficult, so you can turn to the walker, and that way you're not constantly moving. You control exactly when you move, where you move. So it's definitely an interesting twist of gameplay and how you can switch between those two. And that concludes the first level just like that. That's it. Mission accomplished. There's mission accomplished and mission complete. I don't remember. One's better than the other. I don't remember which one is the superior one, but depending if you get a mission accomplished or mission complete, determines the route that you take. Because there's multiple routes you can take in this game, just like Star Fox 64. And I'll show you that map here in a second. You probably saw it at the beginning when I was picking this level. But we'll skip that. It'll go through, give you a rank. You'll get your total hits. They're good. Okay, 240, you get a ranking. Silver rank, not bad. Then they fly off. Lovely, it saves, goes to the next level. So that, and we're going to play through all this. We're going to go start to finish, but this is just part 1, obviously. So there you can see, that's the first level. And I think, okay, yeah, so I can still choose that path. So this path will take you here, and then from there you can either go this way to Zonus, which is where I went, or I think you can go the other way too, towards the asteroid field, but I didn't do that. So this is where I'm at right now, but I will play ahead a bit And then from there, on episode 2, we will start there at Sector Alpha. So, I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for joining me for the first ever video for Nintendo Central. Be sure to watch here, like, subscribe for the latest and greatest reviews, Let's Plays, news, and more. All things Nintendo. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.